It was a crisp fall evening in New York City. The streets buzzed with life as people hurried about, chasing the warmth of a good meal or the companionship of friends. Among them was Marcus Johnson, a young African-American entrepreneur who had risen from the harsh streets of Detroit to become the founder of a small but promising tech startup. On this particular evening, Marcus entered an upscale downtown restaurant to celebrate his recent achievement, securing funding for his sustainable energy project aimed at underserved communities. Dressed in a sharp navy blazer, jeans, and a clean white shirt, Marcus stood out, but it wasn't his attire that drew the attention of the diners. It was the bright red "Make America Great Again" hat, perched confidently on his head. For Marcus, the hat wasn't about blind allegiance to politics, but a symbol of his journey, a belief in the message that anyone could achieve greatness with determination and resilience. As Marcus took his seat near the window, a ripple of murmurs began to sweep through the restaurant. The bold red of the MAGA hat seemed like a flashing beacon in a place where political neutrality was silently expected. Some diners whispered, others shot disapproving glances, and a few openly glared. Marcus, oblivious to the growing tension, browsed the menu with quiet excitement. He didn't come here to make a statement. He came to enjoy a well-deserved evening. However, not everyone shared his perspective. The murmurs reached the ears of a young waitress who hesitated before approaching his table. "Sir," she began cautiously, her voice low but firm, "we've had some complaints. I'm going to have to ask you to remove your hat." Marcus looked up, startled but calm. "Complaints? About my hat?" he asked, his voice steady. "Yes," she replied, glancing nervously around. "Some of our guests feel uncomfortable with it." Marcus leaned back in his chair, his brow furrowing. "I'm just sitting here. I'm not bothering anyone." "It's the policy of the restaurant to maintain a welcoming environment," the waitress continued, though her voice betrayed her discomfort. "We can't allow anything that causes disruption." Marcus paused, debating his next move. He had every right to wear his hat, but he also didn't want to escalate the situation. Yet, something about being asked to remove a piece of clothing that meant so much to him didn't sit right. Before he could respond, a voice boomed across the restaurant. "This is ridiculous!" All heads turned to see none other than Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, seated at a corner table. Beside him sat Elon Musk, the visionary entrepreneur and CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. They had been quietly discussing energy policies over their meal when they noticed the commotion. Trump stood up, his larger-than-life presence commanding attention. "You mean to tell me this young man can't wear a hat in the United States of America, the land of the free?" Musk, ever the observer, watched the unfolding scene with a calm yet intrigued expression. As Trump made his way toward Marcus's table, Musk followed, his measured steps contrasting Trump's bold stride. The restaurant fell silent. All eyes were on the two men as they approached Marcus, who sat stunned by the sudden turn of events. Trump addressed the waitress first. "Miss, are you seriously trying to police someone's clothing? In a free country?" he demanded, his tone firm but not unkind. The waitress stammered, clearly flustered. "Sir, it's just that some guests—" Trump interrupted. "Some guests are uncomfortable? That's their problem, not his. This man isn't causing a scene, he's just trying to enjoy his dinner." Musk finally spoke, his voice calm but cutting through the tension. "Freedom of expression is a cornerstone of any functioning society. Suppressing it, even in small ways, sets a dangerous precedent." The manager, hearing the commotion, rushed over. "Mr. Trump, Mr. Musk, we mean no disrespect. We're just trying to maintain a peaceful environment for all our guests." Trump gestured toward Marcus. "And how exactly is this man disrupting the peace? By wearing a hat? This isn't about peace, this is about censorship." The murmurs in the restaurant grew louder as some diners began to take sides. One patron stood up, a middle-aged man in a suit, and said, "He has every right to wear whatever he wants. This is America." Another chimed in, "No, it's not about the hat. It's about respecting the space we're in. Some symbols are just too divisive." Musk turned to the crowd, his voice calm but firm. "Division only grows when we refuse to engage in dialogue. Discomfort isn't solved by silencing others. It's solved by understanding them." Trump, never one to miss a chance to drive a point home, added, "This young man represents what America is about: freedom, hard work, and resilience. And if anyone here has a problem with that, they're the ones who should leave. The atmosphere in the restaurant was electric. Some diners quietly nodded in agreement with Donald Trump and Elon Musk, while others looked visibly uncomfortable. Marcus, sitting in the middle of it all, felt both empowered and overwhelmed. He had never expected a simple evening out to turn into a public debate about freedom of expression. "Mr. Trump, Mr. Musk," Marcus finally said, his voice calm but firm. "Thank you for standing up for me. But I don't want to cause any trouble here. If it makes everyone more comfortable, I can leave." Trump placed a hand on Marcus's shoulder, his trademark confidence radiating. "You're not going anywhere, young man. This isn't just about you. It's about what's right. If we back down now, what's next? People being told they can't speak their minds? Can't pursue their dreams? No, sir. You're staying right here." Musk nodded in agreement. "Marcus, your decision to wear that hat isn't just about a piece of fabric. It's a symbol of your journey, your beliefs. Whether people agree with it or not, they need to respect it. That's the essence of progress, learning to coexist despite differences." The manager, sensing that the situation was spiraling out of control, raised his hands in a gesture of surrender. All right, he said, trying to placate both sides. "Everyone, please, let's calm down. Sir, you're welcome to stay with your hat. No one's asking you to leave." A murmur of agreement rippled through the restaurant, but the tension wasn't entirely gone. Trump, never one to leave a point half made, turned to the other diners. "You see, folks, this isn't just about Marcus. This is about all of us. If we let fear or discomfort dictate our actions, we're not living in freedom. We're living in censorship." Musk added, "And censorship stifles innovation. Imagine if people had silenced ideas just because they were uncomfortable. Would we have electricity? Space exploration? The internet? Progress only happens when we allow room for disagreement and dialogue." A woman at a nearby table stood up, her expression thoughtful. "I don't agree with the hat," she said honestly, "but I do agree that he has the right to wear it, and we have the responsibility to respect that right." Her statement seemed to tip the scales. Slowly, more diners began to voice their support. One by one, they spoke about the importance of tolerance, of understanding, of freedom. The room, once divided, began to feel united by a shared sense of purpose. As the restaurant settled back into a quieter hum, Trump and Musk pulled up chairs to join Marcus at his table. The former president and the tech mogul, so different in their approaches to life, found common ground in defending a fundamental principle: freedom of expression. "Marcus," Trump began, leaning forward, "I've got to ask, what made you decide to wear that hat tonight? It's not exactly the safest choice in a place like this." Marcus smiled, his confidence returning. "For me, it's not just a hat. It's a reminder of how far I've come. I grew up in Detroit, in a neighborhood where success wasn't something people talked about. It wasn't until I heard your message about believing in yourself, about working hard, that I started to think maybe I could change my story." Trump nodded, clearly moved. "That's what it's all about. It's not about politics. It's about the American dream. And you're living proof that it's still alive." Musk, ever curious, leaned in. "What do you do now, Marcus? What's your dream?" "I run a small tech startup," Marcus explained. "We're working on affordable solar energy solutions for underserved communities. My goal is to bring sustainable energy to places that have been overlooked, places like the neighborhood I grew up in." Musk's eyes lit up. "Affordable solar energy? That's incredible. It's exactly the kind of innovation we need to combat climate change and bridge economic gaps. What challenges are you facing?" Marcus hesitated, then admitted, "Funding is always an issue. And navigating regulations? It's a maze. Sometimes it feels like the odds are stacked against small companies like mine." Trump slapped the table, a grin spreading across his face. "Well, you've got two people here who know a thing or two about beating the odds. Elon, I think we can help him, don't you?" "Absolutely," Musk agreed. "Marcus, send me your business plan. I'd like to see how we can collaborate. There's always room for innovation in energy." Trump added, "And if you need help cutting through the red tape, I've got connections that can make things happen. America needs entrepreneurs like you." For Marcus, the moment felt surreal. Two of the most influential figures in the world were not only defending his right to wear a hat, but also offering to support his vision. What had started as a humiliating experience had turned into an opportunity beyond his wildest dreams. News of the incident spread quickly. Diners posted photos and videos on social media, and within hours, the story was trending. Headlines ranged from Trump and Musk defend MAGA hat wearer in restaurant standoff to billionaire duo champions free speech and innovation. The narrative wasn't just about politics, it was about unity, courage, and the power of standing up for what's right. Marcus's company saw a surge of interest. Investors reached out, intrigued by his story and his mission. True to their word, Musk provided mentorship and resources, while Trump connected Marcus with influential figures in government to help navigate the regulatory challenges. A few weeks later, Marcus found himself standing on a stage at a major tech conference, sharing his vision for sustainable energy. In the audience sat Trump and Musk, their presence a testament to the impact of that fateful evening. "This isn't just my story," Marcus said, addressing the crowd. "It's a story about what we can achieve when we stand together, when we listen to each other, when we fight for what's right. I wouldn't be here today without the support of two people who, despite their differences, believe in the power of freedom and innovation." The crowd erupted into applause, but the real victory was the ripple effect. The story inspired countless others to stand up for their beliefs, to pursue their dreams, and to build bridges instead of walls. The restaurant incident became a defining moment, not just for Marcus, but for everyone who witnessed or heard about it. It was a reminder that beneath our differences, we all share a common humanity. Whether it's a young entrepreneur chasing his dream, a former president championing the American spirit, or a tech mogul pushing the boundaries of what's possible, we're all striving for a better future. And sometimes all it takes is the courage to wear a hat, or to stand up for someone who does. If you find the story inspirational, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspirational stories like this.